Hey yo, there's some fucking manga spoilers in this bitch. So if you anime only, you gotta get the fuck out of here. And if you're physical release only from the rest, which is currently volume 28, there's some spoilers for you too. This is going up to the most recent chapter of the manga. If you're anime only or if you're physical release only, don't watch the video. There are spoilers up ahead. Oh, this is good to be back. This is good to be back. So, I have a theory about the Quirks residing within one for all. And let's just assume that this theory turns out true. Let's just make the assumption right now this theory is true. If this theory is correct, then it may be possible to predict what the second use of one for all's Quirk is. So let's get into the U.A faculty Quirk theory. We all know that within one for all, there reside 6 Quirks. So far, in the anime, we've only seen 1 of them, and in the manga, we're up to 5 of them. They're fucking blasted through them. And looking at these Quirks, they kind of resemble the Quirks of the faculty within UA. Some of them, one of them's a very loose connection. I did kind of stretch with it, but the rest of them are kind of resembling them in one way or another. And I feel like if this is the case, and the podcast is doing this on purpose, we might be able to find out what the second quirk is before it happens. So I'm going to go through all of the 5 previous around 5 current quirks that we know of, and then after that I'm going to give you some ideas I thought of what the other quirks would be. Some of them are not feasible, and that's all I could think of. Some of them, a few of them are actually kind of realistic in my opinion. So let's go into what Quirks we've already seen and what teachers Quirk I think it represents. Okay, so the order I'm gonna go through in the order of the Quirks in the order that we see them and Deku unlocks them. So the first Quirk we see is Black Rip. The Quirk I believe this represents, or the teacher's Quirk I believe this represents, is Vlad's Quirk, Blood Control. Because from what we've seen, both Quirks, they're basically the user fucking the user just like emits something from their body, Vlad's blood or Deku's just black energy thing, and they just use it to mostly bind and trap their opponents. However, there are other uses. Black Rip can be used for maneuverability, and as we see in this horrifying fucking panel of Deku, just help him lift himself up. And for Blood Control, we don't see much usage of it. I think we've only seen it used once. However, it can be assumed, as he sees him hardening it, he'd probably use it for like weaponry and whatnot, but say it's mostly used for trapping and binding. The next quirk we see used is the 7th user's Float. I'm kind of cheating here, but while they're not current faculty, they used to be. The quirk I think this represents is Gran Torino's quirk, Jet. Now both quirks now of course the user to be airborne. Jet propels you airborne, and you gotta keep using it to keep airborne, while Float just keeps you airborne. However, for any maneuverability, you gotta use your own force. So I am kind of cheating there. However, he was faculty. He isn't current faculty, but he still is. The next quirk we see unlock, the 4th user and his danger sense. This one is a very similar, like, these are highly similar. This is the quirk that belongs to Spider Snipe. Snipe's quirk, homing. Like I said, it's not much of a stretch. Homing lets him target someone within the radius of him and homes in any attacks on it. Danger sense locks onto all possible dangers in the area. So it's like fairly similar. It's just one's more aggressive and the other's more protective or passive. The next quirk we see is Smokescreen, the 6th user's quirk. And again, this one is fairly similar. There's not much of a stretch here. It's Midnight's Somnambulist, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know what it is. And it's a Midnight's big just area of fog that knocks motherfuckers out and puts them in horny jail, horny night time. And smokescreen, while it doesn't do anything, it's a lot thicker and harder to see through. It's a smokescreen and not just a fog. Then we get to the third users, vagin. This one is a stretch, I'll be honest, but I needed one for it, and out of all of them, this is the one that makes the most sense, and it's 13's Quirk Black Hole. And the way I've done it is, the way I've connected them is, they're both conversion of something from one into the other.
That's quite big.
Black hole converts anything and everything, including energy, into nothingness on an atomic level. Fashion converts the kinetic energy generated by Deku or the third user into, well, like a boost of power. So, while it's somewhat of a stretch...
Mate, don't even look at me. I'm on your side, dude. No, I'm bullshitting. This ain't some other stretch. This is some fuck shit of a stretch, okay? Look, I'm on your side here, okay? Don't even listen to me. I'm on some bullshit right now. Just give it to me. Let me have it. I just need this one, okay? Thank you, love you.
It's the best I've got here. I needed something from the third user, and I think 13's Quirk Black Hole does make sense, but it can be considered a bit of a stretch. If someone says they think another Quirk links more, go ahead. I can't think of anything, but there you go. That's how I think all of the current Quirks we've seen in One for All connect to the current Quirks of the teachers that we see. Okay, so like I said, if we just assuming this theory is true, we can go ahead and try and predict what the second user's Quirk is. Everyone's curious about it. People think it's Bakugo's Quirk because everyone thinks Bakugo travels through time. I don't believe in this theory myself personally, but if it does, then so be it. But I'm going to go through, and before I list off all the teachers who I think it could be and what I think their Quirks would be if they come up, give my own ideas of what they could be, I'm going to list off the teachers now being excluded from the list. There's only three. Now, 3 faculty members: Hound Dog, Nezu, and Lunch Rush. I don't think any of them would be in it. First of all, Lunch Rush, we don't know what his Quirk is. Since he's the chef, we can assume it has something to do with food, but like I said, we don't know his Quirk, so he can't be up for discussion in this video. Nezu, his Quirk wouldn't work, because his Quirk is, boy's a genius, boy's got the fucking noggin, and unless it's something to do with making people's intelligence less, making them go monkey mode, like I said, I don't think, and plus, if you want to really fucking stretch this, you could say Nezu's already represented, but not within the Quirk itself, within Deku and his, strategic value and his intelligence. Sure, go ahead, but sticking with the Quirk strictly, I don't think Nezu's up for discussion here. And the last is Hound Dog. Look, I'd love for Hound Dog to be represented, but unless Deku's going to end up shooting dogs or beams that turn you into dogs, I say Hound Dog's Quirk is a mutation Quirk. He is a dog. So there's nothing really here to do with changing it. And I can't really say any mutation thing because I do have Power Load on the list. But his was easy to change. Hound Dog's, I'm not sure how you could change it. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to go through, I'm going to list off all the teachers left, what their Quirk is, and I'll give my 1.444337 pence onto how I think their Quirk would work. So first up, we got Recovery Gilf, and her Quirk being Keel, as we all know, she just gives you a little schmoochy mooch, and your vitality accelerates the healing process in the risk of draining you with it. This is probably the least likely out of all of them, maybe second least likely. The only way I could see it is it being an inversion, using vitality to damage, either using the person, the target's vitality to harm themselves, or using the wielder's vitality to harm themselves. However, this is similar to 2 other pre-existing Quirks. The first one being the fucking Yakuza guy, I can't remember his name, the one that attacked everyone in the front of the house. And the second one being one of the people they fought, Nijide, because Sir Quirk is using her vitality to shoot out them spirals. So, like I said, this is probably the least likely, but I could think of something, so I gave my 2 cents on it. Next up, we have the strongest teacher at the school. Shut up, fight me. Cementos. It's Quirk, cement. It's simple. He can manipulate any cement-based material that he can touch, or touches the cement-based material he's touching. It's just like telepathic putty. The way I think of this being represented in One for All is kind of similar, but not really. Basically, instead of controlling cement, he generates cement. You know, cement can, you know, kind of like Mina's acid, cement can fucking pour out from the body and can either fire off at people to, you know, bomb them down, harden up and, you know, trap them, or maybe just quickly harden it. It's like a quick bit of armor quickly. So, just like with heal, this is similar to 2 other Quirks already seen. Bondo's, well, Semidine, which, you know, lets him spray that blue ray thread that quickly hardens, and Kidashima's hard on, you know, it lets him harden up in Act's armor. So it's similar to them, but this is one of the ones that I feel like is more likely or more possible. Next up, we have Ectoplasm, who I've only just realised making this video. We don't know his name. His is, if it happens, it's going to be the biggest bullshit one out of all of these. Like, this is the least likely one, because his Quirk is clone. It's simple. The ectoplasm comes out of his mouth, he generates clones. If Deku does get this, what they're most likely going to do is they're going to go with what every fucking story has. They're going to go with the Sun Wukong reference. Okay, Deku can pluck hair off his body, send it out and create a clone of himself temporarily. That's the way I see this happening. If anyone's got an idea of how this could be changed to not be some bullshit, fucking give it to me. And same with all of these teachers' Quirks. If you can think of your own way of how this could be different, fucking leave it in a comment. Send it on Twitter to me, something like that. I'm more open to ideas. I love this kind of stuff. So, yeah. Ectoplasm's the least likely on the list because it'd just be Sun Wukong, and Deku fucking having clones just be some of the biggest bullshit yet. Eraserhead next. So, is Quirk's the one everyone knows the best? Looks, you know, he gives you them eyes, them eyes in your Quirk gene goes all flaccid. You can't use your Quirk. The best way I've seen this represented is instead of nullifying the Quirk, turning it off, it would disable the motor functions of one of the limbs in your body, your leg, your arms, something like that. But obviously, since that's powerful, I don't know if it'd still be within the same like blink limiter, or if it'd be a time limiter, a range limiter, something like that. But I feel like the best way is to go for motor function instead of Quirk disabling, just have the same Quirk. Now, here's the one that I think is most likely. Uh-oh, I'm a dumbass and forgot present mic existed. So, got through filming the entire video. I am editing it as we speak. I have just finished like Eraserhead's bit. I'm confused. I'm thinking, wait a minute, what? I look in the script. Yeah, no, completely forgot present mic existed. I don't know how. I had the fucking faculty members like page of Nariki open with him right there while I was making the list, so I can make sure to get everyone. I don't know how I missed him, even though he's like the second most reoccurring teacher other than Eraserhead and fucking, well, kind of all my own fucking know. But looking at his Quirk, there's 2 ways we go about this. We either say his represents the first user's Quirk, the power stalker, because, you know, they're both about amplifying something, amplifies his voice or amplifies the strength, or we try and figure out how his Quirk works into, well, the theory. I can't think of anything, and I don't want to delay this video too much longer, because I've already delayed enough, like taking a while for editing, because this fucking heat wave we got hit with, it's just slowing me down quite a lot. So this is what we call an impromptu audio participation section. People watching the video, give me your ideas. Do you think his represents the first users Or do you think you can think of something to have this represented in the actual Quirk itself? If so, give me your ideas, please. This is audience participation. This ain't me trying to save my ass because I fucking forgot he existed somehow. Thank you. Love you. And it's power loaders, funnily enough. Because despite him having a mutation Quirk just like Hound Dog, instead of not being able to be one, he is the most likely to be one. Because the Quirk I came up with is the one that fits the most for the second user's design, other than Cementos, which also fits. But so, for those of you who don't know, because we never really see it, Power Loader's Quirk is iron claws. His fingers is being tipped in the metallic claws. It's this stuff here we see him without the giant diggers on his hand. How I see it implemented, and like I said, it's the most realistic for the second user's design, is finger guns. Basically, fingertip hardens, and you shoot them off. For any of you who've read Undead Unluck, it's kind of like Andy's finger pistol or blood bullet, something like that. This right here. I believe this is the most likely because it fits the design and also it's kind of fucking cool. Also, if you're not read Undead Unluck, fucking read it. It's brilliant. I'm going to talk about it in a later video. But yeah, out of all these, I think Power Loaders, Iron Claws, or as I would call it, Finger Bullets, is the most likely to be implemented because it makes sense. And in case you're wondering about the whole, only 10 bullets, we've seen Quirks that like have falling off limbs have healing factors. Okay, we saw it with the Chameleon Girl from Class 1B. We see it with Shoji. We see it with fucking Amajiki. They've all got healing factors. This would give her a slight healing factor just from the fingers, and honestly, fucking tips of fingers firing off it like high velocities powered with one fall in them, and with the enhancement of faster and it heals so we can shoot off faster. I'm gonna cut. I made some dumb joke there where I was like, I fucking ate the mic out now. I'm cutting that out. Okay, so yeah, that's me theory. I'm recording this at like certain time right now. It's fucking the chapter 321's coming out in like 5 minutes. So I just want to record this bit. I'll throw it up onto YouTube. It'll probably be uploaded afterwards. Just throw this bit in there. Yeah, this is. I think I'm actually proud of this theory because I think it actually has some validity to it. But yeah, this was actually fun, and I want to do another theory video. So the reason I want to specify times because if how the chapters are going in a minute, there's a chance you might get revealed from the UA trade to us, and I just want to have. If it's not this chapter, hopefully I can get out before. I just want to get my 2 cents out there and talk about why I think E does the UA trade in the next video. Go against the curve because I actually do think it's him. So yeah, this has been really fun. Any like ideas on my theory you have, like any like counterpoints you want to make, or like any suggestions you make what the quirks could be, or who teaches what quirk, leave them in the comments. Send them to me on Twitter. That's the only real places you can do it. So yeah, just leave it like that because I'm hoping to suggestion, get some interactions and it gets people talking, which sounds fun. So yeah, if you stumble on this and if you watched all the way, thanks for watching. It means a lot to me. If you like my theory, I'm glad you did. And if you want to see more like it, stick around. If you don't, that's fine. But I really hope you did enjoy the video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. So it depends what happens in the chapter. If the trade does get revealed, I'm gonna fucking cut in right here. Sharon jumps on break this week. I had no idea. I'm a fucking dumbass. Don't know how I missed that. Still got time doing the trader theory before it gets revealed, so that's good. Go about the end of the video. I'm dumb. Fucking hell. If not, the video's gonna end. So thank you for watching. It means a lot if you stuck all the way through. And I hope you have the best day that you can. See ya.